This video is about participation of Ukraine in its fight to end polio now. Polio outbreak occurred in Ukraine in 2015 because of the low level of vaccination coverage. Ukraine used to have 90% and more rate of polio vaccination of children, but it went down to 14 for several reasons. Stop Polio Ukraine was a national initiative of Rotary in Ukraine and parents to overcome polio outbreak in Ukraine and improve immunization. It was a team of Rotarians belonging to various Rotary clubs across the country involved in this fight against polio outbreak and led by the National Polio Plus Committee. We worked closely with the Polio Plus program team in Evanston and local offices of the World Health Organization and UNICEF, as well as with the Ministry of Public Health of Ukraine, medical experts and health workers in the regions. The main mission of Rotary in Ukraine was the work with advocacy from the top level to rank and the file health workers and medical experts, and also participate in the communication campaign and social mobilization activities among parents in order to encourage them bring their children for vaccination during 3 rounds of national immunization days. Top authorities of the country and regional leaders, who unfortunately had not been helpful enough during the fight of polio outbreak, they had other priorities. Although there were people in Ukraine interested in the failure of our work because of their business and political interests. In addition, anti-vaccinator held their own campaign. Nevertheless, our team succeeded to organize 10 roundtables, 15 meetings with parents, and many other events during nearly 6 months of our active involvement in response to polio outbreak. We have drafted and printed several types of booklets and flyers for parents, special edition of Rotary magazine posters. All of them were distributed in the polyclinics and during our meeting with parents. Several videos were prepared to promote polio campaign in Ukraine, and few global videos made by Rotary and UNICEF were duplicated into the Ukrainian language. We have organized broadcasting of social video sets about Stop Polio campaign in metro and illumination of a building in Kyiv. Bike tours was organized in Cherkasy and Kyiv. Several buses branded with Stop Polio campaign were going around cities. We prepared several tools in the internet assisting our activity. It was established a special website and Facebook page, where we collected all the relevant and true information about polio outbreak and vaccination. These instruments became the battlefield with people who were against vaccination. And it was a real pity for us that their children could be not protected against such a serious disease as polio. As there are still parents in Ukraine not fully convinced about vaccination against polio, we'll continue our effort until we reach our child. At all our public events, we were always insisting that Ukraine was a part of Europe, part of the entire world. And now the outcome of the global fight for polio eradication depends on us. We'll continue our effort to keep the level of children vaccination in Ukraine high until the whole world is free of polio. One of the ideas which evolved as a result of roundtables within the framework of Stop Polio Ukraine campaign was to create a new NGO, which didn't exist before, Parents for Vaccination. The need for such an entity comes from a low trust of Ukrainians to official sources of information, including international organizations, and strong belief of parents to news from other parents, especially received in social networks. With the strong support from Rotarians, this NGO was established a year ago and now has become a strong player affecting vaccination in Ukraine with high level of trust by parents and strong leverage of the Ministry of Public Health, politicians, authorities. It works very closely with Rotary and is led by Rotarians. So, we can conclude that part of the Polio Plus grant was used to create a new sustainable system, which continues to work after the grant closure, develops well and cooperates with Rotary clubs. Despite our common polio outbreak, Ukraine is still among the high-risk countries. Vaccination coverage was increased, but it has yet reached the required 95%. A substantial part of parents mistrust vaccination in general and the one against polio in particular. That is why we have continued our work in support of routine immunization. Specifically, several mass events were organized on the occasion of the World Polio Day in October 2016. Our struggle continues, and its significant step was our initiative to hold the National Ukrainian Immunization Week last April as part of the worldwide campaign. It was organized in close cooperation between Rotary in Ukraine, World Health Organization, Ministry of Health, and non-governmental organization Parents for Vaccination.
Becoming an expert in vaccination issues and an active participant of outreaching activity. Today's Agents of Changes in Vaccination training took place in Kiev. It was initiated by Parents for Vaccination NGO and supported by Rotary International. Doctors, parents and representatives of mass media from different Ukrainian regions participated in this educational event, which was held on the day before the Ukrainian Immunization Week. Agents of Changes whose work during Immunization Week will be recognized as the best one will get the financial support for opening a representative office of Parents for Vaccination NGO in their city.
Sound mind in a sound body. About 200 Kievers participated in morning exercises flash mob on the 24th of April. The object of action is to draw attention to vaccination issue, which is an important condition for saving the nation. Morning exercises in the Troitska Square became the first event of Ukrainian Immunization Week, which is held from the 24th to the 30th of April. Flash mob was arranged by non-governmental organization Parents for Vaccination and supported by World Health Organization and Rotary in Ukraine. A straight talk on vaccination. On the 24th of April, the most famous Ukrainian pediatric doctor Yevhen Komarovsky had a meeting with parents in Kyiv to talk on vaccination. Why should children be vaccinated? How to prepare a baby to a vaccination? Mothers and fathers who visited Olympийский NSK had a lot of questions. For today, Ukraine has the lowest in Europe level of vaccination. It is very dangerous for the population's health because it creates favorable conditions for the erosion of dangerous infectious diseases. The meeting of parents and Yevhen Komarovsky opened the Ukrainian Immunization Week, held within World Immunization Week. One of its organizers is Rotary International. The implementation of Ukrainian Immunization Week is initiated by Parents for Vaccination, a non-governmental organization established by Rotarians.
Ukrainian society should be aware of immunization. A press conference dedicated to Ukrainian Immunization Week was held in Kiev. All Ukrainian Immunization Week in support of vaccination is held by a non-governmental organization Parents for Vaccination and Rotarians from the 24th to the 30th of April. Besides journalists, parents participated in the press conference as well. Representatives of the government, World Health Organization and non-government organizations answered the questions. Yevgeny Komarovsky, a famous Ukrainian doctor, was the headliner of the press conference.
We are really this close to eradicate polio in the world, and we will celebrate very soon this glorious day. Let us dream about it and expect it very soon. When this victory comes, it will be widely celebrated all over the world, including in Ukraine.